Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at the mighty Metalhead from the cartoon TMNT line from Neca Toys. Now these are Target exclusives, but I actually did not get this one from Target, so I know that this is probably a little bit later review because this came out a while ago. And the problem was that they kind of came out and immediately sold out and everyone was having a really hard time getting them. So Neca put some pre-orders up on their website for kind of a second run, and they were able to get them out to us, and they had kind of just like a week open pre-order like they did for Token Razor, and you just went on, if you needed it, you pre-ordered it, you paid for it, and then they did another run, and then they got mailed out to us. So that's how I was able to finally get a hold of this guy, which I'm very excited because I really wanted this, and I was really bummed that they were just impossible to find at Target because they just kind of came in and went out immediately. So very happy that I could finally get this, but it does mean that the review is obviously a lot later than probably some other people have done it because they were able to find one at their Target. So I apologize for all that, but let's get into it. First of all, I have to say, I love this packaging. It's very reminiscent of the Ultimate Krang packaging where they made it look like one of the old FHE VHS tapes. So I absolutely love this. You can see it has kind of the little pictures on the back that would be clips from the episode, but instead they're just different pictures of the toy. And you can see here's Metalhead vacuuming Splinter, which is hilarious. And then you can actually open this up. It's got a little Velcro, and you can see the toy inside. Really nice picture of him on this side. So I absolutely love this packaging. I mean, they just absolutely crushed it. And just for fun, I wanted to bring in the Krang packaging. Now you can see that they're not a uniform size, which is kind of a bummer. I kind of wish that they were the same height or width or something like that, but at the same time, I get it. Krang's proportions are obviously a lot different from Metalhead, but you can at least kind of see, like, back in the day when we were kids and we had all these VHS on our shelf, this is kind of what we were working with. And they nailed that font. That font is absolutely perfect. And then to do the NECA logo in the old FHE logo style, just really fun. So I really like that. I think it's a lot of fun that they did the packaging this way. Very nostalgic, and they just crushed it. But let's go ahead, let's get Metalhead out of the box, and we'll take a closer look. So here he is out of the packaging, and he looks phenomenal. I can't get over what a great job they did. He's such a fun little turtle robot. He looks exactly like the cartoon. They did such a great job replicating him. And he feels great. I love the little on and off switch on the back. It's such a simple little feature, but it's perfect. I absolutely love that. Head sculpt looks phenomenal. You can open and close the mouth, which is a nice touch. Absolutely love that. They just did such a great job. Head, nice ball joint. You can go up and down, rock a little bit side to side, certainly turn side to side, no problem there. You have a nice hinge in the shoulder. You can also rotate around. You have a bicep swivel. You have not quite 90 degrees in the elbow, but pretty close. And then you do have a rotation and hinge in the wrist. And of course, he comes with several different hands and some other attachments we can use, which we'll get to in a moment. Pretty sure the entire torso is solid. I don't think he has a rotation at the waist, but he does have these opening panels on the chest here that are on a tiny little hinge. And then it just kind of looks like it's empty inside. You can see there's a little bit of gray here, but he does come with this gun accessory, as you can see here. And that just pegs in. There's a tiny little slot right there. And this just pegs in just like this. And then it looks like it's deploying out of his chest cavity, which is pretty cool. Now, I don't remember if this happened in the show, but I know for a fact this happened in the video game. So I would not be surprised if this gets retooled or repainted or whatever for the video game line. Just a guess. We'll see. I don't know. But again, nothing in the waist. In the hips, he's got really nice, solid ball joints. I mean, really nice. Nice and fluid. Nice range of motion. They feel really smooth. I don't have to feel like they're going to snap off or anything. Really solid there. You have a thigh swivel right there. Now, you do have double jointed knees. So at the top knee joint, there's also a swivel. So you have a swivel there as well as the swivel up top. Now, this knee joint I have no trouble with. Bends nice, looks good, no problem. There is another knee joint there, right here at the top. I can't get it to bend it. And I know that kind of sounds dumb, but I feel like if I grab onto his lower leg and I try to bend it back, it's going to just snap that peg off because I can't apply the right kind of pressure. Like, and I'm sure other people probably had no trouble with this. And I've tried it a couple different ways, but I really can't get it to bend there without feeling like I'm just going to snap it off. But there is a knee joint there. I just, for whatever reason, I personally can't get it to work. Every time I try to bend it or grab it, I just feel like I'm applying pressure at the wrong point and it's going to break. But there are two knee joints there. Like I said, this one I have no trouble with. And then, of course, he does have the ankle tilt and a little bit of rock back and forth. Not a ton, but a little bit, so we can get him to stand. But he looks phenomenal. I really love the look of him. I think they did such a good job. Like I said, the only part of the articulation that I have trouble with is that upper knee joint, but I honestly don't need it. I'm okay with it. I think he looks great, and it's not really going to bother me. But yeah, he really, really, really looks good. So he does come with a bunch of different hands. It looks like we have a kind of grabby set of hands. Wait, here we go. A grabby set of hands. Now, it looks like he's kind of meant to hold a weapon. Now, he doesn't come with any weapons, but I guess if you wanted to give him one of the other turtles' weapons or something like that, you could technically do so. And he does have this hinge here in the wrist. It's really kind of tight. I always feel like with NECA stuff, they tend to paint over joints, and it's really a shame. I'll have to mess with these later. But it's there. It's just that it's really hard to get that joint to move because you kind of have to like break some paint. And they do that a lot. And I kind of wish they would stop doing that. But here you go. This one's moving. So not too bad there. And then you also get kind of a closed fist set of hands. So if you want him to start punching stuff. I kind of like the open hands that he comes with. But really I like the fun accessories that he comes with. So if we want to swap out the hands, we just go ahead and pop them out. And they pop out with relative ease. Not too bad there. He comes with a giant drill accessory. And you can see the peg inside there. So you just go ahead and pop that right on there. And then boom, he's got a cool drill accessory. His hand just kind of transforms into the drill there. So that's pretty neat. And it pops off again fairly easily. But this is definitely, I think, the funniest one. He comes with a giant vacuum cleaner accessory. So his hand just transforms into a vacuum cleaner with a bag. You have a little bit of rotation here as far as the tilt. So you can kind of angle it. Now, it's kind of difficult to actually get it to look like he's got it on the floor. Maybe he can vacuum up all these paint chips that are coming off as I'm handling him, because unfortunately that is happening. But you can kind of see, you know, he's got the vacuum down there. I think that looks great. And it's kind of funny because like I see the paint chips on the floor, but I don't really see where they come from on the figure. So it must just be from joints. That's usually the case with NECA stuff. Great figures, they tend to paint over the joints, and then as you kind of move the joints around, you know, the paint flakes off of those joints so that they can actually move. But yeah, really, really nice. Looks great. I absolutely love the vacuum cleaner accessory. I think that's hysterical. And we already went over the gun for the chest there. So that's all of his main accessories. Oh, I guess he does actually have this maybe high five hand. I'm not really sure what this is supposed to be for, but this is a 5th single hand that he has. So wanted to show that off as well. But that's it for accessories. I want to do a couple size comparisons real quick. Okay, so first things first, I'm dumb. That 5th hand I just showed you, that's the hand I took off to put the vacuum cleaner on. So, sorry. He has 6 hands in total, 3 full sets. So you have the closed fist hands, that's one set. You have the open grasping something hand, that's one set. And then you have the all the way open hand that he has on right now. So yes, 6 hands total. Because I'm thinking to myself, why do I have a 5th hand? Because he put the vacuum cleaner on. Duh. Anyway, he's a great figure. Really, really looks good. I wanted to do some size comparisons. Here is Donatello, NECA Donatello. So you can see he's at least a head taller, maybe even more. I mean, he's really quite big. You can see how small Donatello is in comparison. And then just for fun, I wanted to do a Super 7 turtle. So here's Raph. And he's a little taller, but still, in comparison, Metalhead is definitely bigger. So that's why these guys are at the higher price point, because the Ultimates really are bigger than the average size turtles here. So I absolutely love Metalhead. I really, really do. I'm so glad I was able to get him. I'm really thankful for NECA for doing that pre-order on their site, because honestly, without that, I probably never would have been able to get a hold of this guy without paying some kind of ridiculous price on eBay. So very thankful to NECA Toys for hearing the fans and making these figures available, since they were kind of being scalped with Target's like online stuff. It's gotten better. They've definitely gotten better as far as getting their stuff into the hands of the collectors, and we definitely thank them for that. So I love this figure, though. I really, really do. Design-wise, the articulation's really nice. The paint applications are very nice. The only thing that I would complain about, like I said, having that top knee joint that I really feel like I can't get a good purchase on to make it bend. And it could just be me. Maybe other people are laughing at me right now and saying, I don't know why you have a problem. I did it, no problem. Awesome. I'm glad that no one else is having difficulty if that's the case. I just, like I said, it's not important enough to me to try and break the figure, so I'll be perfectly happy with the one knee articulation I can get to work, and that's fine. I love the feet, though. I absolutely love the design of the feet. Did such a good job with that. All the extra hand accessories are really fun. The extra sets of hands themselves are really fun. I love that you can open and close the mouth. I think that's such a great touch. And the on and off switch on the back is just absolutely hysterical to me. So NECA has absolutely crushed it on this one. If you can get a hold of this guy, I definitely recommend it. Probably most people that have one, or I should say most people that want one, have one by now. So hopefully that is the case, because it's a really fun figure. And I'm really, really happy that they were able to get these out to people with this kind of second run that they did. If I had anything else to complain about, I mean, the usual NECA things, just like they paint the joints, so as you're kind of moving the figure around, you're going to get paint flakes that fall off. I wouldn't be too alarmed, because he still looks great, and I don't really see any obvious places where the paint's missing. It's usually just the joints, and they're moving around anyway, so it's going to happen. Yeah, otherwise I don't really have anything to complain about. I think this guy's great. Oh, and the packaging, too. Let me bring the packaging back in, because they absolutely crushed it with that packaging. The whole idea of having the Ultimates look like the old FHE video cassettes is definitely just such a fun, nostalgic idea that was a stroke of genius, and I'm so glad they decided to do that. And I'm definitely keeping the packaging for this one and Krang, because they're just they're so good. They're just so good. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, thanks so much for watching.